8 most unforgettable kisses in Turkish dramas. I had to make this video, because let's be honest, there's nothing like a well-executed kiss in a Turkish series. And when it finally happens, we cry, we scream, we text our friends, and we replay the scene 20 times. So I've put together this list of the 8 most iconic, most anticipated, and most impactful kisses from the dizis we're absolutely obsessed with. Each one has its own story, its emotional weight, and that chemistry that leaves us swooning for days. But before we dive in, you know the drill. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps me create even more Turkish series content just for you. And don't forget to hit the bell icon because every video is an emotional roller coaster. Serkan and Eda, Sen Çal Kapımı, Love is in the Air. The first episode kiss. Girl. Did you also scream when they kissed? Because that kiss was everything. Their first kiss happens in episode 1. And it's not driven by real feelings, not yet, but by the need to keep up appearances. Yet it's so loaded with chemistry and unspoken tension that it still feels epic. Eda and Serkan are caught in a situation full of friction and misunderstandings. In that very first episode, after some arguments and before they even discuss that fake engagement contract, they find themselves needing to pretend to be a real couple in front of the press. During the Art Life press conference, reporters pounce, asking about their relationship. To save Serkan from an awkward spot and back up the spontaneous lie that they're engaged, Eda jumps in and kisses him right then and there, no warning. It's sudden, it's quick, but it hits like a ton of bricks. Serkan, totally stunned, stands frozen for a few seconds, and that says everything about how much it impacts him. Eda, on the other hand, pulls it off with that impulsive, attitude-filled move that totally defines her. It was an act of protection, but also a clear warning. She doesn't play by anyone's rules. Even though it's a convenience kiss, the spark between them is undeniable. This moment is crucial because it shows Eda's fearless side and delivers the first emotional shock to Serkan, who until then had lived a calculated life. It plants the seed for something much bigger, a passion that will only grow over time. That kiss kicked off the entire series and hooked thousands of fans. Fun fact, it actually lasted a full minute in filming, but Fox trimmed it down to just a few seconds at the end of the episode. Gelin Sanem, Erken Kuş, Early Bird, The Kiss in the Dark. The very first kiss between Can and Sanem in Erken Kuş is one of the most unforgettable and heartfelt moments, igniting the electric chemistry between our protagonists. It happens in episode 3, at a company party that spills into a pitch-black room. Neither of them realizes who the other is. Sanem doesn't know she's kissing Can, and he doesn't recognize her in the dark either. Yet that blindfolded moment is bursting with emotion, forging an instant, powerful connection. From there, a whirlwind of discoveries, near misses, and romantic tension drives much of the series. Viewers instantly sense that something special has sparked, even though the characters themselves are still piecing together what just happened. My take, it's one of the sweetest, most profound kisses I've ever seen on TV. And let me tell you, I was left asking myself, universe, where's my own candidate? Kemal and Nihan, K1SS3S, Endless Love, the reunion kiss. Girl. If you watched K1SS3S, you know that love was an emotional roller coaster. It wasn't easy. It wasn't peaceful. It was intense. And when they finally reunite after so much suffering, that kiss, oh my God. Kemal and Nihan endured everything, forced separations, lies, blackmail, danger, an impossible love that kept beating strong. And when they're finally face to face again, you can cut the tension with a knife. Nihan looks at him with tear-filled eyes, Kemal with a broken soul, and then they kiss. But it's not just any kiss. It's a desperate kiss, full of pain and suppressed love. A kiss that says, I waited for you, I loved you, and I never stopped. I didn't know whether to cry, clap, or fall to the floor. Fun fact. This scene was shot in the middle of the night, and the entire set fell completely silent after the kiss. Even the crew members were moved to tears. Detail. On social media, fans dubbed this the kiss of broken souls, and it went viral on TikTok with thousands of edits set to sad music. My personal take: I cried. A lot. Because I felt that kiss was like one last hope for their happiness. And those of us who watched know how it ends. But in that moment, the whole world stopped. Ferit and Seyran, Yalı Çapkını, Golden Boy. The airport kiss. Oh, girl. When a relationship starts with I hate you, pride, and forced vows, and suddenly turns into something so intense, that first kiss is pure gold. Ferit and Seyran couldn't stand each other. Their marriage was obligatory, full of barriers, arguments, and such thick tension that every time they shared a scene, we held our breath. But there were also those looks. You know, the ones that say, I hate you, but I can't stop thinking about you. Then comes the moment. The airport kiss between Ferit and Seyran, in episode 13 of Yalı Çapkını, Golden Boy, became an emotional and narrative milestone, lighting up social media. After a heated family conflict, Ferit decides to give it all up and fly to New York. Pelin, desperate to stop him, pleads with him, but to no avail. In a last-ditch effort, she calls Seyran, convinced she's the only one who can keep Ferit from leaving. Seyran races to the airport and catches him moments before boarding. They argue at first, but when words fail, Seyran plants a passionate kiss on Ferit. This unexpected gesture reveals the true depth of their feelings and leaves Pelin and Yusuf watching in shock and heartbreak. That scene was so explosive, it sent the show's ratings soaring, nearing 15 points for the first time, and cemented Ferit and Seyran as one of the audience's all-time favorite ships. Fun fact, fans on social media claimed that that kiss had more tension than a 100-episode soap opera. And they weren't wrong. My take: it was the kiss that made me scream the most all of 2023, literally. I did not see it coming, and it left me trembling. The mix of fury turned to passion. Ugh, I loved it. Miran and Reyyan, Herkay. The kiss on the bridge. The kiss between Miran and Reyyan on the bridge is one of the most iconic moments in the Turkish series Herkay, marking a turning point in the protagonist's relationship. After Miran abandons Reyyan on their wedding night as part of a scheme for revenge, her family rejects her, and she sinks into deep despair. In a dramatic scene, Reyyan, feeling hopeless, throws herself off a bridge into the river below. Miran, full of remorse and determined to save her, dives in after her. They both emerge from the water transformed, signifying the beginning of a new chapter in their story. This scene is rich in symbolism. The water represents purification and rebirth, indicating that from this moment on, both Miran and Reyyan leave their pain behind and start anew together. The bridge kiss seals this renewed commitment, standing out as one of the most emotional moments of the series. Fun fact: on YouTube, this scene has millions of views and is one of the most talked-about clips from the entire series. Ömer and Defne, Kiralık Aşk, Love for Rent. Their very first kiss. Ömer and Defne's first kiss in the Turkish series Kiralık Aşk, Love for Rent, arrives unexpectedly, and it's far from a fairy tale moment. In episode 1, Ömer, a renowned shoe designer, impulsively kisses Defne, a waitress, catching her and the audience completely off guard. This spontaneous act not only ignites their chemistry, but also sets the entire plot in motion. Immediately afterward, Neriman, Ömer's aunt, offers Defne a deal. She'll receive a large sum of money and become Ömer's personal assistant, on the condition that she makes him fall in love with her. Defne faces a moral dilemma. She desperately needs the money to support her family, yet genuine feelings begin to blossom in her heart. That first episode kiss is the catalytic moment of Kiralık Aşk, establishing the electric connection between Ömer and Defne and launching the emotional conflicts that will drive the series forward. Behlül and Bihter, Aşk-ı Memnu, Forbidden Love, the forbidden kiss. Friend, do you remember the first time you saw this kiss? I was in shock, because we knew it was wrong, we knew it was a mistake, but we couldn't look away. Behlül and Bihter embody desire, guilt, uncontrollable passion. It's a story where everything is forbidden, Yet the chemistry is so intense that it traps you without escape. And that first kiss. Oh my. The tension had been building since episode 1. Stolen glances, silences that screamed, accidental brushes of the hand. Until it finally explodes. He looks at her with fire in his eyes. She hesitates, but doesn't pull away. They move closer, slowly, their hearts racing. And then it happens. A stolen, urgent, utterly necessary kiss for them. Devastating for all of us. Fun fact, this scene was so intense that several TV channels censored it in reruns, but by then it was too late. The whole country was talking about that kiss. Ferhat and Aslı and Siyah Beyaz Aşk, Black and White Love, the kiss of transformation. Oh girl. This was the kiss nobody expected, but we all needed. Because Ferhat was a cold, calculating man, broken inside. And Aslı was everything he wasn't. Light, life, hope. When these two worlds collide, there's no turning back. Ferhat resists. He refuses to feel. Yet every time he's near Aslı, his facade begins to crack. She speaks to him with kindness, confronts him with courage, and he starts to feel, to burn. Then the moment arrives. He looks at her with eyes full of rage and desire. She doesn't pull away. Suddenly, Ferhat grabs her firmly, brings her close, and kisses her as if it's his only way to live. It's a rough, passionate kiss, loaded with contradictions. It's as if he's saying, I don't know how to love, but I want to try. With you. And Aslı, oh girl, she responds. Fearfully, yes, but also with hope. Because she sees the man behind the monster. Fun fact, this scene was shot without rehearsal. The actors wanted the tension to feel real. And they nailed it. It's pure electricity. Highlight. This moment went viral under the hashtag #JantSiyahBeyazAşk. Even people who hadn't watched the series got hooked just by that kiss. My take. I literally couldn't breathe. I was glued to the screen, mouth agape, heart pounding. It was one of the most intense and thrilling kisses I've seen in a Turkish drama. And yes, I replayed it 1,000 times. Each of these kisses was more than a scene. It was a moment. And if you're here, it's because they moved you too. You lived them as if you were part of the story. Now I want to hear from you. Which kiss impacted you the most? Was there one you'd add to this list? Comment below. I can't wait to fangirl with you. And of course, if you loved this video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more doses of Turkish romance, drama, and pure passion. Big kiss, and see you in the next video, filled with love, drama, and all the feels.